Welcome back to Weg's Garage, another episode of our transmission repair saga, part 2. I think this is it. Today we are going to finish putting this all back together and put that in there. And yeah, wish us luck. Stay tuned. So step 1, we do have a highly recommended modification complete here. This is the clutch shaft. The slave cylinder connects here, and this connects to the throwout bearing to release the clutch. There is a pin that holds it together right there, and those are somewhat notorious, apparently, for breaking and kind of leaving you stuck because you aren't able to disengage the clutch after that. So the modification is we drilled an extra hole in here to fit a 1/4 inch shoulder bolt that goes through like so and gives you just a little bit of backup to the original pin right there. Now I didn't cover how we did that. I actually did it at work on a much nicer mill than we have available here in the shop, but there are tons of instructions online that show you how to do this modification, and it's easy enough to do and seems like a good little extra assurance that we're never going to have any issues with that. So with that out of the way, we're ready to put that back in the housing and move on to the next thing. Alright, so we got our clutch shaft in. We actually ended up turning this bolt around so the head goes back because we were measuring the distance between the bell housing and the clutch on the inside here, and everything's really fairly close tolerance there, so we didn't want to have anything projecting too far. But that looks like that's going to clear everything if we do it that way, so that is good to go. So the next thing we got to do here is get the selector gear shifter assembly put back on the top here, and we're going to fill it with oil now while we've got it open because it's a lot easier to fill. This time we are going to be using the Redline MT90, which is highly recommended for this car. It's a GL4 manual transmission lubricant, one of the few you can still buy. It is a little bit spendy, but it's only a few dollars more a quart than some of the alternatives, so we're gonna go with it. So we'll get it in there, and then we'll be ready to put it back in the car. Are you excited for this next part?
I don't know, we got good squish. I'd be very surprised if it leaks. We'll talk more later. Let's get this in.
All right, so transmission's all buttoned back up. We got the top cap on. Use the Yama Bond again to seal the upper part of the gear selector to the main housing of the body. Put our oil in. Everything's looking good. So now we get to wrestle this monster back into the car. Let the games begin.
I don't know where we're at.
Okay, well that's promising.
Hang on, rest.
Okay, like I think we're in the right hole now. What's that?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, that was a good move. Now I think we're just fighting the splines.
Like that.
Yes! Thank God. Okay, now. It's going in.
Keep it going. Oh, stop. You're in.
That was
You're
it.
in. Never again.
Well, we hope so.
Never, ever again.
I'll tell you what, that thing up on jack stands, you're like this underneath that gearbox, pushing up. And like, you got no room, but it's in.
Oh yeah,
What are you doing?
putting the spring in.
Oh.
There it is.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If this thing leaks, it sleeps with the fishes.
All right, well that's gonna do it. We got the transmission back in. Got all the accessories hooked up now. It's ready to get the interior put back in. But we are out of time for today, so we will be working on that next time, hopefully getting the interior back in and then taking this thing for a test drive. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.